welcome to the season season 2 opener of Hanging Out with the Old Man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this last year y'all tuning in to the videos, and I can start seeing now, because of the views on the videos, what y'all like and what you don't like. So you can see we've got on our mechanics work clothes, our little jumpsuit here, and that means we're going to be working on the vet. You know how much I like working on the vet. But our season opener, we're going to start it out with a bang. You know, in our last video on the car, we went through a process of determining what was wrong with the rear end. And along the way, we saw a lot of things that backyard mechanic did that we're going to get rid of and then replace. And then as we got deeper and deeper into it, I'm thinking like there may be some things, you know, that might as well, while we're there and we have things taken apart, rebuild, replace, and of course, you know, make it a little bit better as far as, you know, the rear end and the components of the rear end on the car. So I know you guys don't want to see me. I know what y'all want to see. It's right back here. So enough of me. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to start dropping the leaf spring on this car so that we can get to the differential. Then there's a lot of stuff in and around it that we have to do, but we're going to take it one step at a time. And first things first, we're going to go ahead and drop the springs, the leaf springs on the car. Now keep in mind, this is a 1979 C3 Corvette, in case you're wondering. Now you might have different year. I know that the C3 starts, I think, back in 63, 64, and then goes all the way, I think, to 82, and that's when they came out with the C4, the newer body style. Me, I'm old school. I like the older body styles of the 70s, you know, Corvette. So this has been a dream of mine for a while, and now y'all get to be a part of that dream too. So enough of me. Let's get to this. All right. So grab your tools. We're going to be needing some tools, some wrenches, some different things, and let's get underneath this thing and let's drop that leaf spring so that we can get closer and closer to taking that differential out. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get to it. I hope you brought the right tool for the right job today. I guess there's different starting places we can go with. So what we got to do is release the I guess the torsion of the spring so that we could get this bolt out of there and then lower this safely, and make sure that we don't get hurt in the process. Now, be careful, guys, okay? That's all the old man is saying. Be careful. Now, down in here, you can see here, we have the cotter pin holding these in. So what we're going to do is just take a minute here to take these cotter pins out. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it looks like somebody's been up underneath here. Like here, those don't look 40 years old. I've seen other guys on different forums and on YouTube. And these bushings, I guess here, you know, they're usually cracked and falling apart or non-existent. And these puppies here, they look good. Like, I mean, I don't know how old or how long ago, but I could tell that it hadn't been too long ago. Somebody's had this apart and maybe replaced it. Alright, so par for course, this daggum cotter pin is eating me up. Eat me alive. Alright, that cotter pin's out. Alright, now that cotter pin's out, that bolt is ready to come out. Now we're going to take the jack and put it up underneath this leaf spring. I'm just going to get it as close to that as I can. Now I've seen people put blocks of wood, I've seen people put vice grips and all kinds of things. I don't know if there's a right way or wrong way of doing this. All I'm telling you is be careful. Alright, as you can see now that the pressure is off of that spring, and all we have to do now is just release that bolt. Up here we got a wrench up here holding that top bolt in place. We got the pressure taken off of the leaf spring. Now it's just a matter of loosening this bolt down here on the bottom. And you can see it's loose, there's nothing on it. But righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, always remember that, guys. A couple more turns and we got it. All we have to do now is just let the pressure off slowly. Let that spring come down. It should just come right on down, and you can see right on off. No worries. There it goes. Alright. So you can see the condition of that spring isn't the best in the world. We're going to replace that. I mean, that thing's 40 years old, guys. Come on. Let's put something newer and better in there. So we're going to go with one of those carbon fiber springs. I think they got like 300-pound rated. I think the old man, you know, that'd be good for the old man, you know, to have a nice soft ride in the back. Because if you've got a Corvette, you know, these things, they don't well, they're a rough ride, we'll say that. If you ever get a chance to go for a ride in a Corvette and you've never been on one, I'm letting you know right now, it's a pretty rough ride. So we're going to try to smooth that ride out just a little bit. Alright, so this is all loose now. So let's go ahead and disassemble it. You can see in the little picture up here in the corner of how this thing goes together, and we're going to take these bolts out. Take these here out. Yeah, these aren't in bad shape at all. You can see it's yeah, you would think a 40-year-old, you know, bushing would be like all tore up. Alright, so now we got a nice clear shot, as you can see. Problems right there. Now, as we look here at this yoke going out here to this here drive shaft here, I'm thinking that putting the wrong rims, the wrong tires, just a lot of wrong. And that's what caused the problem. And that problem caused that problem to happen. So if we'd have had the right tires and the right rims on this car, I don't think we'd be underneath here changing out this rear end right now. Alright, you guys are doing a good job. We got this here off. Let's go over to the other side and remove the spring from the other side. Alright guys, you know the old saying, wash, rinse, and repeat. Let's go ahead and take that old cotter pin out. I don't have much luck with cotter pins. They all have their purpose, don't get me wrong. Unless you guys know an easier way of removing cotter pins, let the old man know. Because I fight them. Maybe they weren't meant to be removed. Maybe I'm just supposed to break them off and pull them out, right? Ta-da! Alright, now comes the fun part. Boing. Alright, you don't have to put much pressure on it, guys. Just enough to release the tension. How's that go again? That's right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's the way we do things. Alright, and slowly and carefully release the pressure. Yeah, that was a little faster than I wanted it to go. There you go. How about that, guys? You did good. Pull the bolt out. Oh, that's hilarious. Real funny, guys. Barrel of laughs. There we go. Oof. Alright, that's got the leaf spring, at least on the ends, undone. That's the worst part. Let's go ahead and unbolt those last couple bolts. Drop that puppy on out of here. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to start from the back ones and then move our way forward. Basically, these are coming off nice. Again, like I said earlier, they say you're not supposed to use an impact wrench on this one here. They say it might shear the bolts off. And you can see here that this bolt here is a lot longer than this one here, so it may be a situation where they did use an impact wrench on it. And yes, they did shear that bolt off. We'll take a closer look at them when they get them all off. I know from my research that I did that you do have front bolts and you do have back bolts, and there's some kind of washers or something that are supposed to go on either the front or the back. Take a closer look at the picture and it'll explain things to us a little bit better. You know the old saying, there's a right way and a wrong way of doing it, and my philosophy is there's 1,000 wrong ways of doing it, but we're going to find the right way of doing it, and we're going to do it right. Almost. Let's see if we can take this down the rest of the way. Oh yeah, I believe with all my heart that one's loose now. I can see the spacer and the washer on this one here. You can see there's like a lock nut, maybe a spacer. There it is, a lock nut and then a spacer. And that's correct. I think that goes to the front of the car, is what I read. And I will say this here, unless you're like a certified mechanic that works on these all the time, you're not going to know that kind of stuff. The kind of stuff you're going to know is your basic stuff, like, you know, turning your wrenches, you know, which socket and wrench and sizes. But those little things, and that's why, you know, it's good to have a lot of information to your disposal. You know, who would know that you're supposed to have a washer and a lock washer together on that thing, and it's only supposed to be on one side? Those guys there at GM back in 1979, you know, they had a reason for doing that, and they wanted to make sure that when those guys were assembling these cars, that they put the things together like they were supposed to. Alright, so that's got that one. Man, look at all this gunk down here. Now folks, it's thick down here. I'm not gonna lie to you. That seal on that rear end busted loose, and there's grease everywhere. We're gonna get everything up, cleaned up down here. All this is just like dirt and surface rust here. We'll hit it with a wire brush. I think we're gonna prime and paint everything and really make it look nice down here, but this right here, that's all got to go. Yeah, we're not gonna have a dirty car. You probably notice I don't have gloves on. Some guys, you know, they wear gloves, and you know, if you're one of those guys that wear gloves, that's fine. But I'm like, if you keep your car clean enough, you could eat off of it. Now we're not going to eat off of this by all means, but what we are going to do is keep our car clean, because there ain't nothing worse than working on a dirty, grungy, grimy car. And as you can see, the spring is now loose. Now, just saying, the condition of the spring is not in good shape. As you can see, it's all gnarled up, and looks like that the leaves themselves are starting to come apart. Seems like there was a band that's supposed to be holding these on. I don't know, maybe this is the piece that holds that all together. Take a look at the picture up above and see. Yeah, for right now, let's go ahead and let's get those 4 bolts down. We'll go ahead and bring this here the rest of the way out. We've got it there for a little extra safety, just in case things get stupid down there. We're always safe. Alright, so that's the bottom. You can see right there, that's all grunged up. Dadgummit. This is nasty down here. Maybe I should have put on a pair of gloves. Nah, that's what they got hand cleaner for. Let's get this out of the way. And blades, so we can take this out without dropping the muffler. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got some serious work to do down here, folks. That's what we're going to do, is just, I guess, take it out of leaf by leaf, piece by piece. I don't know. This is definitely coming out. Yep, here we go. Yes, sir. It's not real heavy, but just be careful. You know my rule. Yes, safety first. Be careful. Okay. Leaves. There's like a little knob or something that comes up. And that knob goes into these little holes. To give you an idea, here's the hole. You can see that hole right there. And over here on this piece over here, there's a little button, if you would. And this piece here. Here, you can see there's a little button. And that button goes into these here and holds them together. I guess there's another piece down here that has one of those buttons and some holes. Alright, we got the leaf spring out of the way. So now we can get up underneath here and we can look and we can see what the problem is. And the problem is exactly what I thought. Let's turn this thing around and let's take a look. And you can see where this bolt right here is already ground off. I don't know how much of that is supposed to be there or how much further out this goes, but I'm looking at this here. That's ground down. So that's the issue. That's the problem. The clip came out. Now what caused that clip to come out, I have to think a little bit that the wrong size rim and the wrong size tire caused undue stress that popped the clip out, that made this differential yoke over here on this start sliding in and out. That pin is there, that little clip keeper, you know, is there to keep this from going too far in. And that's what's happening, is this is wallowed out now and the seal's blown, and now this is too far in, and then now this U-clamp, you know, is the bolt here is just slowly grinding away and steady, you know, pulling. I mean, look at that, folks. I mean, that is a lot of metal that has come off of that. And that's the problem that we're going to fix. Everything's ordered now. The rebuild kit's ordered. So it's just a matter of waiting for that to come in. And while that comes in, we're going to go ahead and finish pulling the rest of this apart, and then yeah, and we'll go from there. All right. Well, I appreciate your help today. Once again, you guys did a fantastic job. I know we got a little dirty this morning, and not everything, went exactly how we wanted to. But with the new differential, we'll get some new bolts, and I'm sure everything will go back together just fine. So no worries, no problems. Again, thank you very much for hanging out with the old man today, and I appreciate everybody who's been watching these videos. If you want to see some more, content with the cars, with cooking, working in the yard, just let us know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to put together videos that you like. Again, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for hanging out with the old man, and we will see you next time.